quickly, do you have any reaction to Massey's loss? No?
It's the official. NBC News has now declared that the second spot in the June 27th Republican Senate runoff in Louisiana will go to State Treasurer John Fleming. So the runoff now is set. Congresswoman Julia Letlow, State Treasurer John Fleming, and that means that Senator Bill Cassidy, two-term Republican incumbent senator who voted to convict Donald Trump in his second impeachment trial in January of 2021, has been defeated. He will be denied renomination, and he will become the first sitting Republican senator, elected Republican senator since 2012, to lose a primary, to be denied renomination by his party. Again, Letlow clearly leading here tonight. Fleming, though, now safely, securely in second place here. Cassidy in third. The runoff set for June 27th.
Happy Memorial Day. Beautiful day out here in Texas. Hey, real quick, to all you fellow Texans, Texonians, whatever you want to call yourselves. Hey, Tuesday, tomorrow, is the day we vote. Get out and vote for Ken Paxton. And let's get Rhino John Cornyn out of office. Send him to the unemployment line with the rest of the rhinos. Anyway, have a great day.
Man, oh man, do I love the sound of that. John Cornyn being sent to the unemployment office. That's got a nice ring to it. Rhino after rhino after rhino is going home. And I came across this and I was kindly reminded that there's quite a few people that, I'm not the biggest fans of that won't be in D.C. next year. Jasmine Crash Out Crockett, Dan Crenshaw, Eric Swalwell, Mitch McConnell, Al Green, Nancy Pelosi, Don Bacon, Jerry Nadler, Bill Cassidy, and Thomas Massey. And John Cornyn will be next. And actually, Tom Tillis will not be there either, and he's not on this list. Okay, so Tom Tillis as well. Oh, baby. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it is sending shockwaves into D.C. because they aren't used to this. They are not used to this. These rhinos have been used to doing whatever it is that they want to do in D.C. And then when it comes election time, they feed us a bunch of hot air and we go and vote for them once again and send them back to D.C. And then once they get to D.C., they become the rhinos that they truly are, and they just keep repeating that cycle. They have been used to that for a long time. And so now that things are changed, now that we, the people, have stood up and said, hell no, we won't go. Now that we, the people, have said, hey, listen, when we tell you to jump, you better be asking us how high. And if you don't, we're coming after your seat. And as Scott Presley would say, peacefully, respectfully, okay? We will vote you out. We will Liz Cheney your ass. And yes, we will Liz Cheney your butt, okay? We've seen what happened with the rhinos in Indiana. We've seen what happened with Bill Cassidy. We've seen what happened with Tom Tillis, who decided not to even fight against it. Tom Tillis, Trump was like, bro, I'm not endorsing you. You're out of here. And Tom Tillis was like, yeah, I'm not even going to run against that because I know I'm going to lose. So he just bowed out before we even got the chance to Liz Cheney his behind. I would have loved to see that, right? We Liz Cheney, Thomas Massey. Every single person that stands in the way of the agenda is getting the boot, and it's beautiful to see and sending shockwaves. And I want to play this clip from Ted Cruz.
And there are two dynamics going on.
Whoa, Ted. Hold on, Ted. I want to play this clip from Ted Cruz because he says something that's quite interesting about what's going on in D.C. Check it out.
And there are two dynamics going on. Number one, just electorally. there are several Republican senators who are just really, really unhappy. Bill Cassidy, Republican from Louisiana. President Trump endorsed against him. He just had his primary. He had two candidates, Letlow and Fleming, running against him. Cassidy came in third, so he did not make the runoff. So it is 100% that next year Bill Cassidy will not be a senator in the United States Senate. Now, this is not subtle or rocket science. Bill Cassidy's pissed. He is angry. He's angry at the president. There are consequences when you endorse and defeat a sitting Republican president. And
I don't care. And I talked about this yesterday in the video that I talked about John Thune, who I absolutely despise. That guy, holy. Bro, I got John Thune derangement syndrome. I'm like Pavlov's dog again when I hear John Thune, bro. Oh my goodness. I am so disgusted with this guy. So disgusted. He's up for re-election in 2028 out of South Dakota. Okay? Please vote that mother lover out. But, I talked about this yesterday. Oh my goodness. I just so despise this guy. Because he's literally the only person that's standing in the way. Honestly, had John Thune not did what he's done thus far, Bill Cassidy would have been safe. John Cornyn would have been safe. Thomas Massey probably would have been safe. Like, we wouldn't be on a rampage right now. So if we want to point blame at anybody for all of this happening, you can point it at John Thune if we're being completely honest. Because if our agenda was getting pushed through the way that we expected it to be pushed through, we'd be as happy as a kid in the candy shop. We'd be so jolly, we wouldn't give a crap about the rhinos being there. I'm just being completely honest. We wouldn't. If our agenda was getting pushed through, if the Save America Act was getting passed, if all of the bills that Trump wanted passed were getting pushed through, if his executive orders were being codified, we would be as happy as a kid in a candy shop, and we wouldn't even be paying attention to none of that stuff. But because John Thune stood in the way, now we're paying attention to all these rhinos. Oh, who's with John Thune? Oh, Tom Tillis? Okay. You up next, buddy. Oh, well, I'm not going to run. Okay, cool. Thomas Massey, you up next. Oh, you think you about to defeat us? Oh, you think Mag is dead? Okay, we going to show you. Thomas Massey gets the boot. Oh, Mitch McConnell's leaving. Y'all think y'all about to move in Mitch McConnell light into his spot? The camera guy, the black guy, Mitch McConnell's protege? Y'all think y'all about to slip him in? Man, nah, not happening. John Cornyn, you think you about to slip through? Nope, not happening. And so if there's anybody to blame for this, it is John Cornyn. It's John Thune himself. He's to blame. And we ain't done yet. Lisa Murkowski's up for re-election in 2028 too. She's about to get the boot. John Thune himself is gonna, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the look on his stupid, on his silly face. I can't wait to watch him realize that he lost. I can't wait to watch him get in front of a camera. I can't wait. So yeah, when these senators are angry, I don't care. Be angry. For all I care, they can sabotage the Republican Party all they want to for the rest of the time they in office. They all get in the boot though. We're gonna get a hard reset on this Republican Party, and I'm loving it. Every bit of it. Keep it coming.
A second Republican senator who's unhappy is Tom Tillis. Tom Tillis, Republican from North Carolina. President Trump has been extremely critical of Tillis. He pledged to defeat Tillis in his election. And so Tillis dropped out. He's not running for re-election. He's going to be gone. Instead, Michael Whatley's a good guy, is running for his seat, but it's an open seat now. And Tillis did it because the president came out hard against him. But that's a second Republican who's pretty damn chippy.
Yeah.
A third Republican who was not there for this meeting, but is my colleague, John Cornyn. So John Cornyn, the senior senator from Texas, he is in the middle of his primary right now in Texas. The primary is next Tuesday. We are right now, as we speak, in the middle of early voting, so Texans are voting right now. And this week, President Trump endorsed Cornyn's primary opponent, Ken Paxton. Now, that is going to have a massive effect on the election. We talked about this in the last podcast, how President Trump's impact in each of these races had a really bigger impact. But, and I will say Cornyn was not there, but I think it's fair to expect, and I say this without John having expressed this, but it's fair to expect John's going to be less than thrilled. And then finally, Rand Paul. So we had a Kentucky primary with Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie is a House member. Thomas Massie is very, very closely aligned with Rand Paul. Thomas Massie is a libertarian. He's a really smart guy, MIT graduate. But he is someone who, number one, has been passionately anti-Israel and in a way that I think has been pretty extreme. But secondly, Thomas Massie has voted against Donald Trump over and over and over again. The biggest legislative accomplishment we've had of the second term, which is the one big beautiful bill, also called the Working Families Tax Cut, Massie voted no. And Massie has voted no over and over and over again. I like Thomas. He's a really smart guy. He's an interesting guy. He believes in what he's saying. But President Trump is understandably pissed because Massie votes no and votes against President Trump over and over and over again. And so President Trump leaned in a big way against Thomas Massie and beat him in a primary. Well, look, that will have its own repercussions in the House, although actually it doesn't make things much harder in the House because Massie was already voting no on almost everything Trump did. So presumably Massie will still vote no on almost everything Trump does. So that doesn't change the House a whole lot. But in the Senate, I'll tell you, Rand Paul, who was very, very close with Massie, was campaigning with Massie. Rand was pissed. Now, here's the problem. I walked through four people there. Bill Cassidy, Tom Tillis, John Cornyn, Rand Paul. Those are four senators. We have a 53-47 majority. If you lose four senators, you're below 50 and you can't get anything done. That is going to be a complicating factor for the rest of the year. Like those four senators, I don't envision suddenly anything becoming hunky-dory and they're being happy. Like that dynamic for 2026, the rest of the year, we're going to have interesting challenges. And
all right, I have this to say about it. I don't care. Tom Tillis, be mad all you want to. John Cornyn, be mad all you want to. Right? Who else did he say?
Against him, and there are two dynamics going on. Number one, just electorally, there are several Republican senators who are just really, really unhappy.
Bill Cassidy, that's who it was. Be mad all you want to. I don't care. I don't. Y'all have been, the Senate has barely done it. As a matter of fact, I believe this has been the fewest amount of bills passed in Senate history. So the fact that we ain't gonna get any more bills passed for the rest of the year, I don't care. I don't. Listen, I accomplished what I wanted us to accomplish. We gave every single rhino that was up for re-election the boot. John Cornyn is projected to lose next. That's tomorrow. So if you live in the great state of Texas, Ken Paxton, baby, that's the way to go. And so I'm happy. Would I love for some bills to be passed, some America First agenda pushed through? Yeah, I would love it. But am I going to cry? No. They can pout and cry all they want to. Grown men, old-ass grown men, can pout and stomp. Oh, y'all voted us out, so we're not going to pass any of your bills. Like children. Don't care. Don't care. Well, what you think we all of a sudden go change our minds and say, hey, no, save John Cornyn, please, save John Cornyn. Like, no. Kick his butt out of there, too. Vote him out. Vote him out in massive numbers. Liz Cheney is behind. Okay? Don't care. And if Rand Paul wants to what's the word I'm looking for? I'll put it this way. If Rand Paul wants to try to stand in the way, he's up for re-election in 2028 too. Out of Kentucky. So there will be 3 rhinos that we'll get rid of in 2028. John Thune, Lisa Murkowski, and Rand Paul. All right. Have it your way, Rand. Have it your way. We've already proven that we the people are not playing any games anymore. When we tell you to jump, you ask us how high. It's that simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, well, no, I don't want to hear it. The only thing that I want to hear out of Rand Paul's mouth is how high. And if we don't hear it, you're getting voted out. It's simple. It's simple. The days of the old uniparty where y'all could just go there and rub elbows and shake hands and key with the Democrat Party behind our backs, but then get in front of the camera and say, oh, we're going after those Democrats. Those days are over. Those days are over. Y'all can be buddies, y'all can be pals, y'all can damn sure be friends, but you're not gonna be buddies and pals while being in office in DC. You're gonna be buddies from Kentucky, where you live. We're not playing any games anymore. It's that simple. It's that simple. So when Ted Cruz, when Ted Cruz comes out here and says, hey man, hey listen, we're not gonna be able to get anything passed because these 4 guys are just going, I don't care. Not gonna make me panic. Not gonna make me frown. Not gonna make me change my mind. Y'all let me know if it makes you change your mind as well. Or if you agree with me. Like, hey, they can sabotage all they want to. They can sabotage the whole party up until 2028. Well, technically it would be 2029 because that's when they would actually leave office, right? They can sabotage all they want to because come 2029, where we have a full Republican Party that is basically rid of rhinos, minus Susan Collins, but we can't get rid of Susan Collins. So if you live in Maine, vote for Susan Collins. She's about as good as we're going to get out of that state. Yes, I know she's a rhino, but once again, she's better than the alternative. She's better than the Democrat running there, okay? Because I've seen, oh, we got to get rid of Susan Collins. No, we don't. No, we don't, okay? No, we don't. There's something called strategy. And that's a bad strategy because if you get rid of Susan Collins, well, then you're putting in Graham Plattner, a Democrat, a full-blown Democrat, a communist Democrat, okay? I'd rather take Susan over that, okay? Any day of the week, 7 days out of the week, 365 days a year. Susan Collins all day. Yes, she's a rhino, but she's better than the alternative. So she'll be basically one of the only rhinos left, okay? And any other ones will probably be too afraid to stand up against us because we've already proven the moment you do it is the moment you get the boot. So if you want to stay in DC, when we tell you to jump, I need to put that on a t-shirt. I need to put that on a t-shirt. You know, when we tell them to jump, they better be asking us how high. And if they don't, they'll get the boot. If they make some type of excuse, they'll get the boot. Simple and plain. And if they don't want to jump at all, they'll get the boot. They have no power over us. We, the people, hold all the power. And we proved that. We proved that. And I think we'll continue to prove it. And so, I don't care that they're pissed. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. If you agree, if you disagree, why not? How are you feeling about this? Are you loving this whole journey of getting rid of all these rhinos finally? Listen, I just got into politics a few years ago, and thank you to all of you that have been on this journey with me that I call Discovering the Truth. And so, I've asked, like, bro, how in the hell has Mitch McConnell been in office this long? Like, I'm just shocked. And so now, still being fairly new to politics, watching people like him get the boot. Granted, he's walking away, but still, if he wasn't walking away, he would get the boot 100%. He would have been, oh man, that would have been nice to watch him get the boot. Mitch McConnell, ooh, that would have been a good one. That would have been a good one to watch him actually get the boot rather than just walking away. But I'll settle for John Thune. Come 2028, baby, South Dakota, I'm going to need y'all to stand up, all right? Stand up. But thank you for tuning in as always, especially if you're watching to this point. I greatly appreciate all of the continued love and support. Like I said, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, whether you agree, you disagree, if you're panicking, if you're not panicking, if you think we need to slow down on this or speed it up. How you feeling? Let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.